Shavez Anwar has got himself on the front cover of Forbes India magazine. What a headline. All this time, we've been exposing him. And now he's on the front cover. Well, I lie. He's not on the front cover. He's in fact on page 79, I think it's 79, of the Forbes India digital version. And then you think, wow, who the hell would have interviewed him? And then you have a closer look at the article and you realise it's a sponsored article. So I've done a bit of investigation and it's a promotional article. You can only do them in the digital version, and we have that digital version here. Now, to be honest, I haven't even read it. I just looked at it and thought, oh my God, you can do anything when you've got people's money that you've scammed off them. If you haven't been following the sagas of We Are All Satoshi, it was a company that originally started from Sam Lee. Now, Sam Lee's been charged in connection to Hyperverse, another scam that he was associated with, which was a $1.9 billion scam. He got a red notice issued to him from Depot, and even living in Dubai, that's a new word, Dubai wasn't enough to protect Sam. He had to go in for a week, and they let him free. Now Sam is walking around pouting his chest, telling everyone that he's a free man, which means one of two things. He's now trying to entrap people and trying to expose scams, which I don't think is very likely, or he never had any money in the first place, which all these crypto recovery people who claim they're doing class action lawsuits against Sam Lee and his company Hyper Capital, they just wasted their time and energy, haven't they? I'm not going to name any names because they keep reporting my videos every time I use the people's names, but I will use Rory Kanacha because I can't help myself, and that's not his real name anyway because I can't pronounce it right. But what I'm getting at here, this article has actually got under my skin. At what point do we use what could have been a legitimate company like Forbes India to publish articles? They don't care who they put in these magazines. As long as you pay the bill, you can publish yourself. So what would you do if you were me and you've been exposing a scammer for the last couple of years called Shavez Anwar? Hello, Susie. Nice to see you here in the chat room. And you see him alleged to be in Forbes magazine. Well, the first thing I did is I went to Forbes and I searched for Shavez Anwar and I found nothing. Then I went back to Susie, funny enough, and said, where's the article? And then we started hanging out in some of the other groups where Shavez is a hero. And we had Joe, which is a big supporter of We Are All Satoshi and Boomerang and BTCC and what do we call it? Dodo Pay and what was the other thing they've been promoting for ages, which I forget now. Capital 3. There's also one other real big one. I forget all the names. But anyway, and then he's going, where's the link? So we went there to find the link and we searched for Shavez Anwar and we come up with nothing. So then I did find the article and I went through the article and we're up to page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that wasn't Dr. Flapalacas. No, it wasn't. And we go through here and we're trying to find this article and you're thinking, surely he's not really in here. Surely he's not really in here. And when you look at these articles though, I mean, you can tell whether they've been written by a journalist or not because they had the journalist's name at the end. And the last time Shavez was in any printed edition of anything, it was Bloomberg BusinessWeek. And he was then pelting his name out about 9pay. So they did what good journalists do. They go and research. And they found out that 9pay was not backed by Visa. In fact, Visa, who don't normally come out and say anything, said they don't even know who Shavez Anwar was, who is, and they had no association with 9pay. So he quickly rebranded it to LquidPay. And as far as we're concerned, we can't find the company behind it because even the company they allege is behind it is a different company name altogether. And in the Apple Play Store, they had the name spelt incorrectly. And on the terms and conditions of LquidPay, they had it spelt differently. So after yours truly did a video about that, they promptly updated the spelling. It was a wee bit like when we exposed Boomerang and showed them that the website was generating all the arbitrage trading that they were claiming they were doing when people were buying $500 memberships. They took the website down the next day because they didn't want to be exposed. So here we are. It's actually page 73. And we're going to have a wee read of this wonderful article. And let's just see what Shavez says about himself. Now remember, Shavez has gone along to Forbes India and said, "Oh, if I pay you enough money, can I push an article your way all about me?" So hello Lisa, nice to see you here. Legitimate articles also have a footer that shows by Forbes. Well, true. Now, it is in the Forbes digital, we've got the PDF here, but if you look at the bottom of the article here, it does not say anything. Now, normally, I have been asked myself to be in articles, and they say, look, if you do some advertising in the article, we'll do a featured article about you. And then they will write an article about you and feature. Even in here, we better go through the rest of the articles before I put my foot in the mouth. But looking at this, we're up to page 79, you would expect to see some form of advertising in here promoting LquidPay. And we've got some interesting facts coming out about LquidPay because I haven't done any other articles on LquidPay because they've actually stopped. They claim, if you don't know anything about LquidPay and you don't know anything about BTCC and Aware, Satoshi and all that, they claim they have 250,000 active users and 1 million people have purchased what they call products from them. But when you go to their Zoom meetings, which have just closed down all support Zoom meetings, and Shavez is coming out once a week and giving announcements, they don't have anyone in their Zoom meetings hardly. And then the last Zoom meeting that we recorded was, if you go through my videos, you'll see I think they had like 100 people all up, and that all their support that they give their 250,000 members is now going to be done on a Google Doc. Yeah, Google Doc. Doesn't that sound crazy? Anyway, that was the article. I went through the whole lot here. I'm trying to fast forward back to page 73. There we go, and there's Shavez. So let's have a wee read and let's see what photos mentioned in the article. Why is it that they only mention LquidPay? Yes, and why wouldn't they mention all the different things? So we're going to have a wee listen to the article here. So this might be a bit hopeless, but I haven't done this for a wee while. So let's see if we can highlight the wee bits and let's have a listen to see what Shavez said about himself.
Shavez Anwar is an entrepreneur, fintech innovator, and the CEO of LquidPay Finance, a pioneering financial technology company transforming digital payments and financial accessibility worldwide. With a background in software development and a passion for disruptive innovation, NY has spent over a decade building cutting-edge financial solutions that bridge the gap between traditional banking and modern payment technologies.
I think we have to break this down, actually. Now, if this was a proper journalist, they would give examples of the companies that he's developed software for and give names. Now, when we originally heard of Shavez said that at the age of 17 he started up his own corporation, and legally he wasn't allowed to, so he had to get friends to help him do so. He said he provided tech services to Marble Studios and also governments. And he also developed some form of AI that the whole world uses, but he couldn't tell anyone what it was because he signed NDAs. And his predecessor, Sam Lee, used to always say he was hiding behind NDAs as well. So if this was a proper journalist, now I have been interviewed by a proper journalist, and that was for what was the magazine called? The New York Times. And they interviewed me over a 13-week period. We were on Zoom meetings with the reporter for an hour at a time, and we did it about 4 or 5 times. And they asked me questions. Now, they didn't just write a promotional piece about what I was doing. They investigated me. They found things that I were actively going after at the time. So it said a self-taught programmer. Now, I do actually believe Shavez is the programmer. I don't believe there's any tech team behind it. I believe he works like a trooper on his laptop in his apartment, And I believe he's working for the cartel networks that run out of Dubai. That's what I think. I believe he works for Hypertech Group. I believe that he's a puppet on a string. I don't believe he's anyone special. That's my 2 cents worth. And I believe that because that's what I believe Sam Lee plays a part on. These are not one-man heroes. These are people who have worked their way up the food chain in the human trafficking compounds. That's what I believe is happening here. Because this guy has been foot tripped, fallen over, exposed so many times by myself and my Avengers that I just cannot even tell you everything I know about this guy in one video. But let's see what he says about himself. So far, he's made a lot of claims, but haven't got any proof or any legitimate companies to back up that he has actually had expertise.
A self-taught programmer, Anwar began his journey into technology at just 17 years old, immersing himself in software development and financial systems. His early contributions to payment technology platforms and digital finance laid the groundwork for his vision of a more inclusive and efficient financial ecosystem. Today, as the driving force behind LquidPay, he is committed to simplifying digital transactions, reducing friction in cross-border payments, and making financial services accessible to millions.
Well, we know he's had 5,000 people download his app, and he's telling people that if they download the app and they share it to a friend and they download the app, he would pay them $1. And he was offering $100 for everyone to get $100 for promoting the app. So that doesn't sound quite true and genuine, even going by his own words that we have on video. Now, the other thing is, if he used to work for a company, let's say PayPal, they would mention PayPal in this paragraph. And they would also, that means that we'd be able to verify what he says is true and genuine. Now, just this LquidPay, we set up a website just recently called liquidpay.com. Now, if I set up visa.com and claimed that they are a scam, a legitimate company would come after me in no time. This company here has been fully exposed. In fact, they've been trying to do denial server attack to get this website down here. This website fully exposes him. And also the articles like we had in Bloomberg about how they approached Visa. And Visa said they don't even know who Shavez Anwar is. And they don't even know who 9Pay is. So in here, you can see that it says powered by Visa. Visa will not have any association with this company, but they've used the Visa name. And you can see it's all over their cards. So it's just absolutely ridiculous. Hey, hello everybody. How's it going? Nice to see you in the chat room. Oh, so you did find the company name. Oh, that's good to know. We'll actually have a wee look at that just while we're there. Because this is the company that was meant to be behind the credit card. And we don't even know, well, as far as we don't know, that this company would probably not even know that they are associated with Shavez. And it's been going since 2024. So all of a sudden, we've had to come up with a new company. And this company name was spelt incorrectly on the terms and conditions. So if you went to LquidPay and you went to the bottom of the web page and read the terms and conditions, the company name that was on the terms and conditions, terms of service, was different to the company name that they have in the on the Apple Store. Now, since we pointed that out, they've come back here and fixed up the name. This whole terms and conditions only has one reference to that company that we just looked at there. Now, we don't even know if this is a genuine company or anything to do whatsoever. So this is how, dumb this all is. And it's just going to get stupider and stupider here. So not to lose focus on what we're doing, but to actually claim that a 17-year-old guy immersed himself in software development and financial systems when we've got no proof of that statement being true and genuine is just absolutely ridiculous. So we'll just read this paragraph and we'll finish it off at the top. Let's see what it says.
Reinventing payments for the digital economy. Under Anwar's leadership, LquidPay has emerged as a next-generation payment solution that integrates seamlessly with both traditional and digital financial systems. Designed to enhance speed, security, and cost efficiency, LquidPay provides businesses and individuals with frictionless, real-time transactions, helping them navigate an increasingly digital economy. One of the most pressing challenges in today's financial world is the inefficiency of...
Am I reading that right? Is he going to say legitimate? I hope he doesn't say legitimate.
Legacy payment systems, high transaction fees, delayed processing times, and limited access to global financial networks create barriers, particularly for businesses in emerging markets. LquidPay is built to eliminate these inefficiencies, enabling merchants, enterprises, and consumers to transact seamlessly, whether locally or internationally. By leveraging innovative financial technologies, LquidPay is unlocking new opportunities for businesses of all sizes, ensuring that digital payments are no longer a luxury but a necessity for global economic participation.
And to be honest, guys, I've read quite a few articles in my time, even though I'm very dyslexic, but now I fully embraced AI, and I have things read to me and I understand. But that paragraph there actually said nothing of interest to me. This is just, here's an article, we've stripped out any proof of any real-time data. There's nothing actually verifies that what they're claiming they are wanting to do is actually happening. And the fact that they just come up with the name LquidPay after Bloomberg fully exposed them as 9pay, because this was all 9pay, and then they got exposed of having no association with Visa whatsoever, and Visa obviously come out and made a statement. And if you actually have a look at the thumbnail, actually we can probably do that here, but if you look at the thumbnail here, you can see that Visa said in a statement they had no relationship with 9pay, Vera, I can read that word. The policy, the individual's company doesn't know. Oh, you read it. I'm not going to read it. I can't read that word, devicated. I don't know. From its statement, deviated from its stated policy not to comment on individual companies, to say it does not, it only doesn't it not work with Anwar, but it's never heard of him. Big claims here. So this is, how ridiculous it is that all his followers who are thinking, should I invest or not, they're going to say, oh, he's been mentioned in Forbes magazine India, and it's just absolutely bullshit. Right, so let's carry on. Hopefully I didn't lose track of where I was at. So there's nothing, that whole paragraph to me is just bullshit, poos and wheeze. We'll go on to another bullshit, poos and wheeze paragraph, but I love reading it because I know about this guy so much, because he's just a predecessor of Sam Lee, and I can't highlight very well, can I? Hello, let's try that again. There we go. Let's have a listen to the next load of bullshit.
A mission to democratize finance. Anwar firmly believes that financial empowerment should be accessible to everyone, not just a privileged few. In many regions, particularly in emerging economies, millions remain underserved by traditional financial institutions due to high costs, lack of access, and outdated infrastructure. Through LquidPay, he aims to solve this accessibility gap by offering a secure, low-cost, and universally accessible digital payment system. By removing intermediaries and ensuring direct, transparent transactions, LquidPay is not just improving financial efficiency, it is giving individuals and businesses more control over their financial decisions.
So that's like saying I'm going to paint a picture one day and it's going to levitate off the ground and it's going to have gold speckles in it, and I'm going to make it breathe like a human, and I'm going to have it grow here and will need to be shaved every day. Now, that is just in the future. So everything he's just said here isn't actually something that's happening now. This is actually, he believes, and this is what they all do. All these scams and all these people who want you to invest in them are all in the future. And nothing that they say or are doing is in the present. And these are, I believe that this is a advertising stunt. I believe that LquidPay isn't going like they hoped. I believe that they made a lot of money with Boomerang, and they got a lot of people signing up and paying $500 for an arbitrage trading license, telling them that they would make $1,500 a day, and then they'd have to use that $1,500 to buy 3 more licenses, and then make $4,500 the next day. And by the end of the year, they claim that people would be non-millionaires and made a lot of money. But what actually happened is the website was producing fake results, and we fully exposed that. But no one really cares about that now, because they just thought they're waiting for version 2 to come out. And in the meantime, they've come out with all these other stupid things that you can purchase. And if you have you got money in BTCC, which is their blockchain, that they claim is worth millions, but no proof there's millions secured anywhere because they've already lost the money in the Vault Horizon. Look, I can just go on all day long. Now you get a discount every time you buy one of their programs or their things that they release, but you can get a discount if you use your BTCC money, but you still have to insert fresh USDT. So all these guys have to do, Shavez Anwar has to do, is keep releasing products where the people that believe that one day this is going to eventuate into something, and he keeps making money. So he'll keep doing that. And I reckon that they are at the edge of bankruptcy or scammed up into stuff. Scammed so many people, there's no more people to scam. It's just so stupid. Shaping the future of financial technology is the next heading. A digital transformation reshapes industries worldwide. Anwar is positioning his brands, what are the brands, at the center of the financial revolution. So he's waiting for the future to happen as well. His ability to identify inefficiencies in global payment systems and create scalable solutions has made him a sought-after thought leader in financial technology and digital payments. What a mouthful of bullshit that is. He is basically, oh look, I don't want to distract from this, but I've got videos with Shavez, his first day on the job, running Zoom meetings for Sam Lee. Now, as I said earlier, Sam Lee's been charged for his connection to Hyperverse, which is a scam worth $1.9 billion. So we've got on my YouTube channel videos of Shavez Anwar introducing himself. He was certainly no tech giant in India and then moved his way to Dubai. He is working for a cartel network. Beyond product innovation, he is deeply involved in shaping the future of tech, regulation, and adoption. Well, have we got any proof or case studies to prove that true and factual? Through his strategic partnerships with business leaders, what business leaders? Are we talking about Dr. Flabbergalus, whatever his name is? Regulators and policymakers, Anwar is working to assure that the financial industry evolves responsibly, embracing innovation while maintaining the highest standards of security and compliance. This is shit that you would get written by ChatGPT. This does not even give me the wow factor. In fact, I just think this is just a bullshit article that obviously they've paid to put in here so they can say they've been in Forbes. And Forbes India, even I wouldn't be that fantastically excited about that. But it just shows you the bullshit you can put in here. A legacy of innovation and impact. Now, my disclaimer here, ladies and gentlemen, is I cannot read and write. I have a reading level of a 9.3-year-old, and I sometimes get it wrong, but I prefer to read. So if I pronounce a word wrong or mispronounce it, don't crucify me. Is that a word? Oh, okay. So Anwar's journey from a young self-taught developer to a CEO of a global tech company. What is the tech company you are talking about? Is it We Are All Satoshi? You claim you are the CEO of that company. Is it all the other stupid companies you've got, like Dodo.com? I don't know. Anyway, let's have is a testament to vision. Is it perseverance?
Perseverance.
And a commitment to creating a real-world impact. He certainly has impacted a lot of people's money he's stolen from them. His focus is not on just building a high-growth fintech company, but it is about transforming how the world transacts, and it's increasingly digital-first economy. This is just stupid, watery words. By making payments faster, more secure and more accessible, Shavez Anwar, who was offered me $10,000 if I could find out his last name, where's your money, is setting up a new benchmark for the financial technology industry. His work continues to drive and shift towards the future where financial inclusions is ready for everyone. What's that word? Is it inclusion?
Inclusion.
Oh my God, it is inclusion. Ensuring that businesses and individuals worldwide can thrive in the new digital economy. Oh my God. So that is absolutely the most lamest article I've ever read of anyone being Mr. Dr. Snuffleupagus. That's what I used to call him. So we do have a pretty good YouTube channel where we actually really do go deep dive, and we follow these guys into their own Zoom meetings, and we listen to the propaganda that they preach. So, what I would recommend doing, if I can find the right button, is making sure that you have subscribed to the YouTube channel. And I'm going to click a button to make that work. Oh, there it goes. And if you go to the video section in here and click on videos, you will see all the videos that we have done. Now, I've probably produced, I'm guessing, 200 videos on We Are All Satoshi. I've done more on Sam Lee. But if you come through here, you'll see other videos that I've done with, this is Grace Zumba. We don't even know where she's gone AWOL at the moment. And she is a disgraced judge, and she's been kicked out of the judicial system. Here we've got a whole article on the Bloomberg thing. We've got, Shavez talking in here. But the one I really wanted you to have a quick look at was, if you go back here far enough, you'll actually see that we've actually got Shavez Anwar first day on the job, which is absolutely breathtaking. We've got Shavez Anwar thinking he's not been videoed when we're videoing him having a smoke, which is totally professional. And so we've just got oodles and oodles of. We've also, this is, I don't want to open it, but I will open it. I can't help myself. So this is Shavez. I'll just make sure my sound's going to do what it's going to do. I need to.
Important historic meeting with somebody that you would know. Strong inroads all over India, from top to bottom, and many different fields. So as we are also launched the Future Trends India Manifesto, will fast track and become a par with US, China.
So this is Sam Lee, Shavez Anwar, and what I call Dr. Snuffleupagus in here in a meeting working together. And this is before they actually really got some traction on whatever they're doing. And then we've got Shavez Anwar here running meetings for...
all will be present in the Thailand event.
In here, he's got his name. This is where I actually knew his name was Anwar. This was before he offered me $10,000. And here he is talking about Hyper One, which is, if you do your research on Hyper One, it's Sam Lee. And here it talks about how they're working for, there's another screen, but not right in front of me now, but it talks about how he's part of Hypertech Group. And it's just, so this guy here, he is claiming he's actually working for Sam Lee. And now if you go back to the Forbes article, he's been smoking like a trooper running his own financial institutions. So what do you believe? Shavez Anwar talking on a video telling you that he's working for Sam Lee and Hyper One, and it's literally like his first day on the job? Or do you believe a printed article there to deceive people into what they're actually doing? It's just ridiculous. New lady of Hungary's buddy host. Very old background for her. Well, it's good to see a flurry of invitations, people in the chat room. I'm just trying to get rid of stuff. Have you done the poll at the moment? That would be good. We've got just another paid off piece. As the poll is doing really well at the moment. All right, so let's have a look at my 2 cents worth. This is my blog, which has been published on 6 different platforms at the moment. And I'm just going to read a couple of paragraphs, and let's just go through this briefly.
The recent Forbes India article praising Shavez Anwar as a fintech innovator and visionary behind LquidPay raises serious questions about the legitimacy of the claims made. With no author listed and a one-sided, PR-style tone, this piece appears to be nothing more than a paid advertisement aimed at rebuilding Anwar's tarnished reputation. Here's why this article, and Anwar's so-called financial empire, deserves intense scrutiny.
Yeah, so just bear in mind, he's in Forbes magazine. I could pay to have an article in there about how I bust Ponzi schemes and scammers. I'm sure that they would scrutinize what I put in there and any claims that I've made. That's why the article doesn't have any mention to any of the shady companies like We Are All Satoshi. Now, just think about this. If this article that we've got in Forbes magazine, well, just the Forbes Digital, was actually mentioning We Are All Satoshi, Dodo Pay, Boomerang that stole a whole lot of money from people, Capital 3, I've forgotten all the other things that they actually have. What are we doing in here? We've got Bob. Bob's jumped in the screen. What are you doing, Bob?
That New York number for Rory's is a virtual office.
Oh, so Roy Con Archer, you mean?
Yeah, Vida Mobile, whatever it is. It's a virtual office. He goes to a building, and that number.
Well, not surprised there, mate. But yeah, I'm just on the middle of a live, and we're just going through Shavez Anwar and how he's been in featured.
Shavez.
Yeah, well, he's not in the Forbes India live edition. He's only in the PDF that gets emailed if you want to advertise on
it. Yeah, he's ridiculous.
He's all class. We have noticed, I've scrutinized the article, and there's no author at the bottom of it. There's no written by. It's just all him, and it's all watery shit. It's not even. It doesn't mention. It tells. You'd love some of this, mate. It says. A pioneer in financial technology, a company transforming digital payments and financial accessibility worldwide. That's what actually Shavez does. Did you know that?
I know. Basically, they took he submitted his pitch and they just wrote it as an article.
Well, they didn't even write it because there's no author. There's no credits to any author. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, why is that? Why is there no author? Like every article has somebody, like written by Danny, you know?
Yeah. Even like my article, if you went to if we went for a search and looked at the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger, where have I got the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger? If you search for the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger, the thing that comes up is the New York Times article. And when you look at that, it says, hopefully it says something in a minute. There we go. It's loading now. New York Times, the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. Oh, we've updated our terms. Hold up. We've got to get rid of that. Yeah, well, it was written by, it normally has the author, but now it wants me to subscribe. And as much as I love the New York Times for publishing me, I'm not going to subscribe.
Well, it would say written by.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've
the same thing with, if you go look, I forget, there's a different industry, and that's what people are doing these days. And you look at Rory's thing that he published.
There it is. So here's my article, and I've got it up now. David Segal is the guy that wrote my article, and it was written on the 11th of November. And it talks about me, and at that time I had 350 subscribers. Now I've got, as Google would say, 67,000 subscribers. And that was done 3 years ago. So, and they publish articles, and they put photos. They even send a photographer in an airplane to take my photo of me doing what I do, So when that's what I call a real article. And then when you go to this Forbes thing, it's only on the PDF and it's digital, and it's got no credits to anybody.
And if the article gets revised, it usually have the really good article to say, hey, revised, original article, have the date, revised, 325.
Yep.
And the really good publications will highlight the difference. Like, hey, we made a mistake here, correction, line 5.
Well, it says he's a self-taught programmer. Anwar began his journey into technology just 17 years of old, immersing himself in software development and the financial system. His early contributions to payment technology transformed the digital finance. But they don't name any. They don't name any company. They don't name any company that he's associated with.
Correct. According to my own article, then I got him beat because I started at the age of 8.
You used to use your feet to type with in the keyboard. I know all those stories. So it's just a bit of a joke, really, but it's a good opportunity for us to go through, what he's been doing anyway and exposing him even more. And what happened to NinePay? I mean, this is the funny thing. NinePay just transformed its name from NinePay to LquidPay within, basically a couple of weeks. And the reason is when he told all the Vietnamese people he was trying to market himself to, he just said, we rebranded it to blah, and never gave a reason. The reason was because he was pulled out by the Bloomberg Weekly, as they have no association with Visa. And now, and also, if the company that he's meant to be the CEO of is called is LquidPay, then why is the company that's listed the app in the App Store called a different name? Sure. It's called What's it called? Hold it.
Marida
Liquid
Limited.
Finance.
Marida Limited. Who the hell is Marida Limited?
It's who he stole the terms of service from, basically.
Well, we went and had a look at Marida Limited, and we don't see Shavez sitting there in that company. You know, it's just ridiculous. It just gets more dumb. And oh, there it is there. So Marida, how to win and get Gen A1. It's got Web3 and future of finance banking. This is just a website that's been set up since 2024. That's just a splash screen with royalty-free images and information to pretend this company's real and legit. And because Apple have got Slack, they've allowed this company, and I bet if we emailed this company, it would bounce. You know, I'm just going to email that while we're in real time and just and see whether I'm going to actually email them the link to our live and see whether whether it bounces.
LquidPay. Should ask them, how does it feel to be doing business with LquidPay? No, they come back, who the hell is that?
Well, I've just emailed this company. I guarantee that the email bounces back because they all do. And then you're thinking, well, you know, it's just ridiculous. Let's have a look. I'm just waiting for it to bounce back. But I'll keep an eye on that one. But that's exactly what normally happens when you email these companies. So if you have a look at that, you'll see.
And on a side note, this Marv guy is hilarious.
What one?
Marv?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we've got lots of things going on at the moment. If you don't know what we're doing here, we've got over 400 scammers.
Dude, why wouldn't you just take card debt? Like all the other gambling sites.
Yeah, I've got a guy that who's been sending me information at the moment, which I should ring. While we're later on.
Right now, I'm letting Marv talk, and then I'm going to say, hey, why did Gary Wood say he would give, if you gave him cash, he would give you an account?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to love to see his answer to that. Because he's like, well, if you hand me $20,000 cash, I'll give you a $20,000 account.
So I've got this guy called Shadrach Shaw, and he wants to introduce me to a new scheme, and we're chatting on what do we call it, on WhatsApp, but he's turned on disappearing messages because he doesn't want to. Eh?
Just change it back. Click the button and change it back.
Well, it's crazy. Well, doesn't that give credibility that you don't want people to see your messages when you're chatting? So you turn on. So I should ring him and see what he's all about. But this is what we get all the time, ladies and gentlemen. It just goes on and on.
That guy you got the fight with, MLM. What is? I am multi-level marketing. That guy.
Oh yeah.
I am marketing MLM. He's promoting like 4 different programs. He can't even keep them straight. He's promoting 4 different programs in the same chat room. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, Bob, I'm going to get on with it. I've got to finish this, reading my own blog, and then I might do a few prank calls afterwards, but I sort of want to stay focused on this one. So, all right, mate.
All right. I'll finish up with Marv.
Yeah, no, please do. Sounds good, mate. Good job. That's Bob, otherwise known as Tugman. I've never actually seen him. Don't even know who he is. Apparently, he's got 4 fingers and 5 toes. I'm not sure, but it could be wrong. Is that right?
That's correct.
That's right. All right, so we're going to carry on. So we've got, I've got what to do here. We're going to read that.
The history of 9Pay and the rebranding to LquidPay.
So if you don't know anything about 9Pay and the rebranding of LquidPay, this is before there was LquidPay, there was 9Pay. Another, what's the word? Ambitious crypto project spearheaded by Anwar. However, things quickly fell apart when he had an article in Bloomberg BusinessWeek. Now, what I've actually done with my blog that you'll find on theheck.com is I've linked through to all the articles to verify what I'm actually saying. So if you go to the bottom of that article, you will actually find the part where they actually interviewed Shavez Anwar. Now, this article, there's a documentary style video coming out on the 11th of this month, and I'm going to be featured in it. And it's actually all about Sam Lee and the like. I don't know how to get in here. I think you just have to sign in and you can But unfortunately, you can't see it at the top. So let's just see if I can sign in real quick. I don't want to, I just want to sign in. Can we not just sign in? It's everything wants you to sign in these days, and then it's two-step verification, and it's a life. It's tricky being a crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger, I tell you. Sign in. Now, did that work? We did, maybe later. Okay, now we're going to get rid of that. Pay, what did we get? No, I don't want to pay. I don't know. Anyway, can I not continue without paying? I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay. Sign out. Don't know. Let's see if we can refresh that and get that going without that screen coming up. Probably we can't. No, we can't. We have to pay to look at the article. Well, trust me, in here there is a article of, with Chavez's photo and right. So somebody's messaging me at the moment. Don't realize I'm live. All right. So yeah. So if you've got a subscription to Bloomberg BusinessWeek, please go and have a read of that. And it talks about how they exposed NinePay falsely claimed partnership with Visa. Bloomberg directly reached out to Visa, who responded with a categorically denial they have never heard of NinePay or Shavez Anwar. Shortly after they exposed NinePay, it conveniently disappeared and it remerged as LquidPay. Same branding, same everything. Now, just in case you haven't been following that, as I said, you can go to the blog and you can actually go and click on those links. And this is the archive version of NinePay Inc. And I'm just going to see if I can get rid of my emails here so I can see what's happening in the chat room, because I just remembered we do have a chat room. All right. 75 phones. I know. No footer saying Forbes. That's right. We've caught up with whoever Lucky was. Where is Lucky lately? But anyway, this was the original NinePay credit card that they were going to launch and get in the App Store and do all these wonderful things. And you can see this is the best version of it that we could grab of archive.org. But if you go through here and you're wondering how it all works, the whole company is exactly the same company as LquidPay. It's just been rebranded. So let's continue. Okay, so the rebranding was nothing more than a desperate attempt to distance itself from the fraudulent claims and continue to lure unsuspected investors. The Forbes India article, if you click on that, it will actually take you to the PDF that we just showed you. Conveniently ignores the past. They didn't mention anything about NinePay. They didn't mention anything about Wea or Satoshi. They didn't mention about DodoPay, Capital 3, Boomerang that failed. And they didn't mention about how Chavez used to work for Hyper One, which was associated with Sam Lee and all that sort of carry on. They've just ignored it because it's an advertisement. So it ignores the past and instead portrays Anwar as a financial revolutionary. So here you can see the video that I'm recording right now. How LquidPay deceptively entered the Apple App Store. One of the biggest red flags was LquidPay has now managed to get its app listed in the Google Play Store. You can click on that and go see that. And on the Apple App Store. Not under its own name, but under that company there. Now, what I'm going to do in real time is I'm actually going to go to this company. And to be honest, I don't even know whether this company that we're linking to is the same company. And I'll show you why. Something really interesting that you want to have a look at. If you want to go to LquidPay, which is a site that they're desperately trying to get off the internet because we're exposing them, but I am the owner of liquidpay.com. And as you can see here, when you go to their website, that's actually been, how do we say, denial server attack. They are trying to get this website off. And it's not Visa, it's bloody Chavez. And if you have a look here, I'll show you this in a second. I just want to go back and edit my blog because I have found that we can also edit the name. Where is it? LquidPay. This company here, we're going to link that through to that website. So we're going to keep linking through to these websites. Oh, that's right. And I don't know how I didn't know the spelling. I remember they did get the spelling wrong, and I don't know the bad spelling, but it wasn't that far off, but it was definitely wrong. And as I showed earlier, where they actually have their terms and conditions, they only have that company name mentioned once in that whole terms and conditions, which is, these are pretty extensive terms and conditions. And then to only have that name mentioned once was a kind of a bit weird. But they claim it's a company based in Hong Kong. So who actually knows? I don't know. I've got lots of other things to show you because this really needs a breakdown. So if you've got yourself a 9Pay app on your phone and you're thinking you've got yourself a good place where you can put your USDT and then you can go use your credit card and refer people to sign up to buy the credit card and get a commission or 3% of their expenditure given to you in rewards that you'll never be able to click out. Just remember that this company has the shadiest background that you'll ever find. Now, we've got there. So now what I've done is I've linked through to that company, which you can see there. A deep dive into the LquidPay terms and conditions reveal the misspelled but similar name to whatever that was. Marinpay? I must say it again.
Marida Ltd.
Marida Ltd, suggesting a desperate attempt to allure the true connection. And as I said, it's only mentioned one in that whole article. So that's just a smokescreen. So why didn't they mention that article in the Forbes magazine would be a first one. Why hide behind another company name? Because Apple has strict policies against apps associated with multi-level marketing schemes and fraudulent fraud or deceptive practices. Now, that's right. They will never find an app. Now, there's a company out there called Get Fit, and they have an app where it's multi-level marketing, where if you refer somebody, you're going to get a cut. They weren't allowed to get their app in the Apple App Store. So they now changed it to an affiliate structure where you have an affiliate link and you get paid a set fee. And that now they're trying to resubmit it into the Google App Store, and they haven't done it successfully yet. So the fact that all the backhand deals are done off the app shows you that they've tried to fully get in line with the policies that Apple have, but they've done it deceptively. By listing under that company, LquidPay has managed to bypass the scrutiny, allowing it to gain credibility it does not deserve. And the same with the Forbes magazine article, So what we're saying, we've reported it to Apple, we've been on live support, we've showed them all the articles, we've showed them the history, and then it gets reviewed, and hopefully it will get kicked off the App Store. But the App Store are very slow, and they hide behind privacy as well, and it's tricky for us to even get any action. But we're hoping that one day, when the real media get behind it and do a real report, when Bloomberg or Forbes do some proper investigating and they go to Apple and they say, why are you allowing this app in your app store? Because do you not know the history? They may listen to them more than a YouTuber like myself or my Avengers, which is really, really cool. All right, so a classic pay-to-play strategy in Forbes India. Forbes operates under and we have to read this because I'm a bit bad on this one.
Forbes operates under a contributor model, meaning that many articles are written by freelance contributors or companies looking for credibility rather than actual journalists conducting in-depth investigations. The platform has been widely criticized for enabling pay-to-play journalism, where companies can buy articles that appear to be genuine endorsements.
Yep, so there you go. You heard it here first. And this is our ChatGPT did that research for me.
A real investigative piece would have examined LquidPay's rebranding from 9Pay following the Bloomberg expose, Visa's public statement disowning any connection to Anwar or his projects, how the Apple App Store listing was done under a different company named, the suspicious fake reviews on Trustpilot praising LquidPay before it even launched yet. None of these crucial details made it into the article. Instead, Forbes India's feature reads like a PR stunt designed to give Anwar a fresh start.
So I've talked to quite a few media companies, and even Bloomberg, who's doing an article on me and a video on me, which will be published in 3 days' time, hopefully, going by what they're telling me. They actually won't reprofile me. Because the New York Times has actually done an article on me and called me the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger, they won't come at it from a different angle. They have said to me numerous times, we can't because the New York Times has already given you a profile, so we're going to go with that. They will probably refer to the article in the New York Times when they quote me, Danny, as mentioned in the New York Times, as the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. I don't know the article, but you get what I'm saying? So here, this whole article that we've listened to in Forbes magazine has none of that. It has no historical background, no linking back to any association of known companies, and it's just ridiculous. Yet none of these critical denials made it to the article. Instead, Forbes India featured reads like a PR stunt designed to give Anwar a fresh start. $10,000 challenge. Yes, well, I did mention it earlier, but when we were in a live Zoom meeting, Shamwar and whatever his name is, Shavez Anwar gave out my phone number on the screen, and I got about 20 text messages all of a sudden from people taunting me that they were going to give me $50, or they were going to sign me up for a arbitrage trading license with Boomerang. And at that time, Shavez, I went on to that Zoom meeting, and Shavez said to me, I said, I know your last name, Shavez. And he said, if you find my last name, I will give you $10,000. So that's what this paragraph's about.
Anwar has a history of making bold claims with no follow-through. In a now infamous moment, he taunted the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger, Danny Heck, offering $10,000 if he could find his last name. Wendy Heck did exactly that. The money never materialized. Yet another promise broken by Anwar, much like the promises he has made to his investors.
Yeah, so that's a bit of a laugh. Always have him on about that. Not that I want dirty money, but I thought it was quite funny. He did make that claim on a video in front of a whole lot of people and never followed through on it. And now he's got published in Forbes magazine. Well, he's got an advertisement published in Forbes magazine, and he's gone with the name Shavez Anwar. Now there could be might not be his real name. Who really knows? And maybe he is legit, and we don't know. Well, I mean, he's not legit, but maybe he isn't his real name, and maybe he is hiding behind that another name that we don't actually know. And when he did a copyright strike on one of my videos, and the name that come along was Anwar Shakushi or something like that, and I thought, because you have to use your real name of the account that you set up when you complain about somebody. And that was another name that I had that no one else has used. So maybe, and then when I got that, that's why I thought I had his real name. But since then, we found these videos of him saying that his name is Shavez Anwar when he was working for Hyper One. And you can only go with what people say. If he is claiming he is Shavez Anwar, but it's not his real name, there's another lie.
Conclusion: a manufactured reputation built on lies. Shavez Anwar is no fintech pioneer. He is a serial scammer with a track record of deception. His involvement in 9pay, Stable.io, We Are All Satoshi, and now LquidPay follows the same pattern: build hype, attract investors, rebrand when exposed, and repeat.
Yeah. So, what really is going to happen here is once LquidPay is fully exposed, they will just rebrand it and go after a new clientele who haven't done all the research, don't know all the history, and it just goes on and on, doesn't it?
The Forbes India article is nothing more than a paid PR piece, designed to wipe his slate clean while avoiding any real scrutiny. Meanwhile, his fraudulent operation continues, now backed by an app listed under a misleading company name, fake Trustpilot reviews, and unverifiable claims.
Right, so I'm actually going to go to those fake trust reviews because we have actually got ourselves set up in Trustpilot. LquidPay. And all these reviews turned up, and this is why I can't stand Trustpilot, because Trustpilot, all the reviews turned up within 2 or 3 days. And now you can see he's got 177 reviews. So he received 165 reviews within a few days. And then what actually happened was we set up a LquidPay review as well. And if you come to the real LquidPay, and feel free to go here and write reviews, he's been trying to get these reviews removed, but because Trustpilot don't really care, it's all about advertising, we've actually managed to get quite a few reviews to stick. But we could also do from a few extra people. Now, I'm managing this review store on LquidPay because it's liquidpay.com. But when you go back to this one, this is actually LquidPay Finance. And once again, I like to do, if you can do a job straight away, do it now. But I'm going to also link through to edit that post. And so why would you believe anything that Trustpilot does? It's just all bogus. I mean, how does a company, this is how it works. How does a company get 165 reviews within a few days, and then over a 3-month period, get 10 more reviews? Where does AI not come in and fix out these? So you write to this company, to TripAdvisor, Trustpilot, I should say, and you say, hey, these are fraudulent reviews. And they go, oh, we have clever AI doing everything. We know, Trustpilot reviews. So I'm going to just go there and link through to those Trustpilot reviews. And they say that their software picks up anything to do with fraud and everything. And Yeah, they do to a certain degree, but they're obviously not foolproof. Anyone considering getting involved in LquidPay should dig beyond the surface, recognize the warning signs, and understand the history. The history has a habit of repeating itself, especially when it comes to scammers like Shavez Anwar. All right, so I'm just going to update that blog. So I like to update them as we go. So for those who wanting the real facts, visit liquidpay.com, where the truth about Anwar and his schemes are fully exposed. Don't fall for the facade. Do your research before it's too late. So I'm just going to get rid of that article, and I'm also going to get rid of that. And I want to just do a bit of a dive into some of the things that you could just do without even listening to me that would maybe raise some red flags. So first of all, when somebody says they have been in Forbes India, that's a lie, because he's not in ForbesIndia.com, because you've searched for him, you can't find him anywhere. So he's paid for an advert in the digital version that hasn't been written by any journalist. It has been published as he wanted, and even the article doesn't make any claims to any names of real world companies that he's been associated with. It's all about LquidPay. There's no historical information. There's no quotes saying that he was featured in Bloomberg BusinessWeek recently, and they said, nothing controversial. It's all promotion. So it's just an advert. So well done, Shavez, for getting yourself a paid advert. That's that in a nutshell. So when you go to Liquid Finance, for example, now, first of all, let's just go to the beginning. So we go to Liquid Finance, because they're called liquid.finance. And what used to happen is when you clicked on LquidPay over here to the right, on the top corner of the screen, it wouldn't link through to the website. So there was a problem with the website straight away. So their links don't link through to their website. But if you entered LquidPay here, it does link. So somebody who has done a shocking website development job have actually made a blunder without making the links link through to the people. LquidPay pool. I presume that's where you'd be staking your money. So you use the link provided, and now you're into the website. Powered by Visa. Well, contact Visa and ask them if they are powering LquidPay card, because you will find the same statement they made when they were investigating NinePay. They have no association. How the hell they managed to get in the Liquid store? In the Apple store? It's because they lied and they come in under another company. So if you did search for the word LquidPay, you know what you're going to find? Because these guys don't make up their own companies. If I just search LquidPay, the first company that's going to come up is the original LquidPay company. And this is LquidPay Group. Now, a search engine recognizes that LquidPay has an I, so it corrects the spelling. But this company called LquidPay Payments is a similar like-minded company providing similar sort of services. Oh my goodness, their website's down. Oh, that's funny. But what that means, here it is, LquidPay Group. So what Shavez has been doing is he's been finding like-minded companies and basically cloning their concepts and claiming it as their own. So a lot of people who are doing due diligence will probably find this, and I believe this is a legitimate company, with an app and the like, and that will give them peace of mind that they are using this company's app, not Chavez's. So we have, so talking about copyright and, and all that sort of stuff, these guys pass off other people's brands. And I'm going to show you that this is not the first time. So you read up all about it, and you can read the roadmap. Now, the roadmap is not a roadmap like you would find in a crypto company. In fact, it's just a business plan where they hope that this will actually go. And that's how stupid it is. Press release. So LquidPay's got these press releases. Well, I'm pretty sure that if I click on all these press releases and have a look, that these are other sponsored articles. And look at this website carousel. They call these carousels. I'm a website developer as well. Now, if I hold my mouse over any of these carousels, what happens is it freezes, right? So then I hold the shift key down, I click and open up a new one, but there's no arrows where I can navigate. So let's have a look at these, this here. So to prove that article in, what were we calling it? in Forbes India was a paid article. You can see other sponsored articles, I should call them, is here. And you could go through here and read all about. So they're actually on a marketing campaign. I believe that this LquidPay isn't getting any traction, and they're trying to promote it and give it credibility. I mean, we have got videos of his own leaders showing people how to sign up for KYC details illegally so that you don't have to give your personal details over. So if you are an investigative journalist and you want access to those videos, please let us know. Reach out to us on my website, tehek.com, because these claims that they provide KYC details, and also we hopefully will be interviewing somebody who's an expert in this industry. And I've rang up a guy that owns an app, and I've said to him, well, why can't you go through, because we gave him a list of 40 Australian scammers. And I said, why can't you go through and verify that these people with the KYC details? And he said, oh, we outsource the KYC details scrutiny. So even he can't find out whether people who are using his app are true and genuine with the KYC details. He just gets a thumbs up, they're good to go, by a KYC provider. So if an app says it's KYC a provider, they're using a third-party service, and if they fool the system, they get through and they use the service and they think they're good to go. The reason why he was talking to me because he didn't want to lose his license. So these are all PR. I presume that stands for, paid promotion. So these are other articles here. Go back. Why a CEO of the company not have their LinkedIn profile? That's true. So there's no LinkedIn profile for Shavez. So these are articles. So here we go. We've even got one what looks like Binance. Binance Square is not currently available in your country. So Binance.com English/Square post is not available in my country. So I accept the cookies. So that's an article that they've had published. Now, Binance has also published articles about Bid Harvest, and they've had the guy from Bid Harvest on there before. Now, Bid Harvest, I was speaking to somebody who paid $1,000 for a bid booster the other day, and they said they've only ever got 32 cents worth of revenue out of it. So the Coin Telegram, LquidPay. So he's obviously on let's do some marketing for the credit card, hoping to get traction. And let's just say the bigger they are, the bigger they'll fall. So let's give it enough rope to hang himself, as they say. LquidPay Finance announces launch of LquidPay. So this is going to give them some sort of credibility. It's absolutely a joke. So all these articles that I'm looking at are all paid, sponsored article, press release, not published by any journalist. And it's just poos and wheeze. We want to say this. We'll take your money. And look, this one here, Market Watch. And you're coming in here and it's talking about Shavez. I mean, same article that you see written. No wonder they're trying to get the website down that we've set up, exposing them. And I'm going to show you some other telltale signs in a second as well. Now, what's this one? LquidPay, the streetinsider.com. Well, these are really great big articles that must be really working. And look, you can even email Shavez if you want. I've emailed him numerous times. I think the first time I emailed any address off that website, it actually bounced back. And talking about bouncing back, wonder if that email has actually bounced back yet from the company that he's theoretically wrote to. No, it hasn't bounced back, but we did get an email from Brand Awareness Sponsorship, HyperX. Oh, God. Just the emails I get on a daily basis from people wanting me to have my website optimized just does my head in. Okay, so let's just go down here and we go to the website, right? So the first thing you do when you're looking at a financial website, my head's in the way, is you look at their social media. So on the bottom here, we've got social media. We've got Telegram, we've got X, we've got Discord, and we've got Instagram. So you click on Instagram, and what happens? Well, you click on Instagram, and we go, sorry, this page is not available. Now, that would tell me one of two things. They've published stuff they're not mentioned, they've got kicked out, or they've rebranded their Instagram address. Now, they did have LquidPay. So I'm just guessing that they might have finance. So let's have a wee look. Finance. All right, so I'm just going liquid. I'm renaming Liquid Finance, and I'm hoping I'm going to find a page. That's been removed as well. So there's no Instagram page. Now, we're going by the links on the bottom of their own website, right? And we're clicking on these links. So the first one, basically it's gone. So then I did a search and I found this site, and it's called LquidPay Card. And there's a link that will link off to some scammer who's trying to fool you into thinking you actually are on LquidPay, but you're not. So they're getting people who are trying to scam people who are getting scammed. That's just ridiculous. And obviously he's got 4 posts and 3 followers, so he's nobody. But don't worry, it gets better than this. Then we found another domain name called liquidpaycard.com. And they've got a LquidPay branding, and they've also got TikTok. And if it was me and I was Shavez and I was running a legitimate company, I'd be taking the website I have down, and I'd also be taking down this company to protect people who are actually trusting that I'm true and genuine. But in the meantime, this company does exist, and they do have videos here, which were, I think they were all scraped off the website of LquidPay. So theoretically, he could report these as, fraud if he wanted to. Maybe he doesn't know it exists. Maybe he doesn't know how to research people passing off his name. Then I went to liquidpaycard.com and I saw this 1 month free. Now, that's exactly the offer that he was offering, that you could have the digital version of LquidPay on the app for the first month free. And then you can click on the Trustpilot reviews that are excellent, and it tells you that it's powered by Visa. And when you click Get Now, it will take you off to that same URL, forms.gle, and now we're off to a Google paid form. So this is no doubt a scam. And how about this? This looks like they've copied this off my website. And you mobile number, location, yes, you want a card. And if you fill out that Google Doc, now if you've been associated with this company for a long time, like we have, every time they have a problem, they tell everyone to go and complete a Google Doc. So people who are associated with this company probably think this is perfectly normal, but it's not. Okay, so now we've also got another one. Susie's just pinged through. Thank you, Susie. Very helpful. Susie's oh my God. So LquidPay 9pay.club, and it looks like LquidPay. So that's a merge. That's overlapping merge of an old brand and a new brand. You can't get any better than this, ladies and gentlemen. This is how corrupt this company is. So you've got 9pay, which has rebranded itself and to LquidPay because of the Bloomberg BusinessWeek article where they fully exposed Shavez Anwar. And now you've got someone who's still using the name 9pay but promoting LquidPay. Are you following this shit? And here's the branding. Join the team. And this can be total fraud. This can be deception. We don't know who is behind it. But you would think you would go down to the bottom here and click on this and find the Marida Pay company, wouldn't you? Or you'd be able to click on that and find Shavez Anwar contact details. So no, you have nothing. You just have a page on a website. It just gets better and better. Susie's keep pinging me through things through. This video is never going to end, but that's okay. Let's have a look. App advice. Let's have a look. Experience seamless, secure, and smart payments with LquidPay, your ultimate companion for global spending and financial innovation. So here's another way of what is it about? Experience seamless, secure, and smart payments with LquidPay. I say LquidPay, but it's LquidPay without no I. Your ultimate companion for global spending and financial innovation. Whether you are managing everyday expenses, exploring Web3 powered, I love these big words, Web3 powered payments, or traveling the world, LquidPay has got you covered. Now, there's nothing. I travel. I've been to 35 countries, and I'm endeavoring to go to more. There's nothing worse than having a card that I'm relying on when I'm traveling that doesn't work when I go to an ATM machine, or all of a sudden it went bankrupt, or all of a sudden it was reported as fraud, and then I'm stranded. So never use a LquidPay card when you're traveling. Go back to the conventionals, Visa and MasterCard. And who the hell really wants a friggin' credit card anyway? effortless spending with LquidPay. So the whole concept of this LquidPay card is you want to get your crypto out of crypto and into fiat currency. So it's real world spending on a deregulated industry, which sounds a bit strange. And all of a sudden, Visa have come along and they said, hey, look, we're going to support you, Shavez. We're going to let you take crypto, USDT, put it into your credit card as a balance, and we're going to let you freely spend it in any country of the world. And all of a sudden, you're telling me that Visa doesn't want to do that themselves? So they go to someone like Shavez Anwar and says, look, we'll let you do that groundbreaking technology for us. And then they say, oh, we don't like 9Pay as a look, so we're going to let you rebrand it to LquidPay, and we're going to let you run it under multiple companies and multiple different names. So you can say on the Apple App Store that you're this company. You can go to your own website and you can say you're this company, and you can say that you're the owner of LquidPay, and then we won't tell everyone that you've got a shady history because you used to be part of Hyper One, and now you're part of Stable Opinions, Stable Deo. And you work for Sam Lee, or ignore the fact that he's been charged for his connection to a $1.9 billion scam by America, and also your predecessor, which is you're the predecessor of, I think I'm saying that around the right way, of Sam Lee. And Sam Lee was brought in by an Interpol red notice for questioning and incarcerated for 7 days in Dubai, and now set free because they know he's got no money. And you've been taken over his company that he started called We Are All Satoshi. So if anyone's doing any research on Shavez Anwar, he is running a company called We Are All Satoshi, and it just gets ridiculous. So if you went to We Are All Satoshi, right? We Are All Satoshi was .network. Now they used to have weareallsatoshi.com, but that got taken down. And then they used to have weareallsatoshi.org, but that got taken down. And then all of a sudden they had the website down for 2 days, and then they come back with WAAS.network. And they've called it Affiliate Marketing 3.0. Now they've set this up as a DAO, and because they provided fraudulent information to the state of Wyoming, they got struck off, and they were never allowed to come back under that name again. However, 3 months later, they set up the same company, exactly the same name, exactly the same people registered it, which is a mystery person that doesn't actually exist. And they've now got themselves set up as a DAO, which means that the majority shareholder gets to make all the decisions, but they claim that the individuals that are part of their company get to make the decisions. So the shareholders are themselves. However, they have people who get to vote, but the majority shareholder is themselves. This is how ridiculous this is. Anyway, what I'm saying is they got struck off for fraud, set themselves up under the same name. And if you, I know that might be a lot to do, but how much shit do you want to believe? So we go old and then we go new. So if we come to the state of Wyoming, you can actually see that Affiliate Marketing 3.0 was set up and it's archived. This entity has come to the end of its life cycle and can no longer reinstate. And then 3 months later, it's now got exactly the same name, and it's current. It is now, hello, that's not right. Current. No, it's current. That's right. Yeah, so it's current. So, phew. But if you go to the bottom of this, and you can do this, your research yourself, you go to the history, you can see the administrative action. And then there it tells you that they provided fraudulent information, they were struck off, and they've gone forever. So now they've set themselves up as Affiliate Marketing 3.0. And in here, you can actually see that they've got their blockchain that they think is worth money that no one can get their money out of. So it's a standalone blockchain. So let's just rename that to Monopoly. You're playing a game of Monopoly. And here they've got LquidPay, which is what you've seen, but they don't mention anything in the article about We Are All Satoshi. We Are All Satoshi was started by Sam Lee. Sam Lee's come out the other day. He was just featured, says Satoshi, I don't even know about a stable, I think, Stable Deo official. So Sam Lee has now come out of the woodwork stating that he's, not a fraudster. So while we're here, this is great. Stable Deo, this is the company. This is Shavez working with Sam Lee. So here's Sam Lee in videos working together. Here's Shavez doing announcements. We've got this is where it all started. So now Sam Lee's come out with another company, which I have to show you now. I've gone down this rabbit hole. Shavez, Sam Lee. So if you look at Sam Lee's new website, it's called Satoshi Square Table. And if you notice the background, if you go back to here, it's exactly the same. So originally we found out that all the websites and all the scams were coming out of one office. Sam Lee had Max, Peter, Sam, and another mystery guy we never found the name of, all own 25% of the company that produces all these scams. So the website developer that probably developed that, I don't think it's Shavez. It also it looks like the same website developer has also designed Satoshi Square Table. So Sam has been kicked out of the company called We Are All Satoshi, and Shavez has come along and taken over because he got booted out by the board meeting, which I believe is Hypertech Group. You know, it's so complicated and interwound where this company all goes through. And you can see that the companies that Shavez started up this Bitcoin code thing, which is a rip-off of another company. Then he started LquidPay, started Dodo Pay, Capital 3, and then now they're going to re-release Boomerang version 2. And they've got other products coming. So this whole company is meant to be his legacy. So why isn't We Are All Satoshi mentioned in any of the articles that we just featured before? It's just ridiculous. What else you got here for us, Susie? Hope I'm doing this justice. Top pool advanced. So there's heaps of these. So they used to be called We Are Satoshi AI. Actually, is that's not going now, is it? Because that would be funny if it is. I'll just have a wee look and see if that AI. So these are all, I believe, this is another URL, another company that's trying to get somebody to sign up so that they get a commission if somebody signs up and uses that credit card. Please don't use that credit card. So We Are All Satoshi AI, was that another website that was taken down? Yes, it was. I'll just check that with... So we've had like so many rinse and repeats names, but let's just say, how is Sam? Where is the Liquid Finance registered? Yes, the great question, Susie. I mean, these companies don't exist. So we're just going to backtrack and back up the bus here. But here's a really good Stable Deo official. If you want to see Shavez first day on the job, and we've got earlier videos here, this is not a guy that owns his own website development company. This is a guy that's working for a cartel-style network under the umbrella of Hypertech Group, claiming to be somebody intelligent, but it's just a puppet on a string. And, and here you can see, this is the boardroom. I gave videos of Sam Lee stating that he is a scammer. He said that we
reflections, well,
in these videos like this, I've got Sam Lee saying that we can keep producing scam after scam, or we can start doing legitimate opportunities in the real market. So, and that was on ABC News in Australia. And I recorded the meeting that I managed to get myself into, and that was exactly where Sam Lee was sitting. So it just goes on and on and on. I don't know how much evidence you need to think before you go and download an app and put your crypto into an app that is run by a fraudulent company that has a shady history of hell. And let's just shut down some of these. So Shavez Anwar, congratulations, you got another video by the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. I have asked Sam, I've actually emailed Sam Lee and said, let's be buddies and let's get together and do an interview because he's struggling. So if you don't know who Sam Lee, as I just said, was detained in Dubai for 7 days because he got issued an Interpol red notice. This is Sam Lee. So if you want to check out this here, Sam Lee, Sam Julie, it's Ask Sam Lee is the at Ask Sam Lee. And if you click on the shorts, you can see that he, since these started at the beginning of the year, there's no date on them that I can see quickly, but we've obviously got 6 on a line, 12, 24. We've got 30 videos here of Sam Lee. These have all been published in the last 50 days, let's say. And these are Sam Lee trying to get traction. Now, one of these videos was live for 9 hours and had 1 view. I took a screenshot of it. So I've reached out to Sam and I said, hey, Sam, do you want to come on an interview? I might be able to promote your YouTube channel. Haven't heard back from him. Yeah, thank you, Zeus. That is the one. Actually, why don't we just chuck the whole URL? So if you want to be a nose and keep up with what Sam Lee's doing, but these are just 1 minute long things. But when you land on the YouTube channel, you'll actually see that you only see 2 videos. But he's got 41 subscribers and he's got 33 videos. 31 videos is nearly right. So it's absolutely ridiculous what's happening there. But that's what's happening with Sam at the moment. Washed up scammer. So interesting to see that there's a company out there at the moment who's got 9pay.club promoting LquidPay when they've rebranded it because they got exposed as a scam. You can obviously go and have a look at these stupid, reviews they're getting. As I said, they got 165 reviews within a few days, and now over the last 6 or 8 weeks, they've got these reviews popping up. It says 11 hours, 12 hours, 3 days, 7 days, 1st of March, 28th of February, 28th of February, 27th of February, 27th of February, 27th of February, 26th of February, 26th of February, 25th of February, 24th of February, 22nd of February, 20th of February, 20th of February, 20th of February, and February the 9th. So these are all of your reviews that were done quite closely together. And then there's this big gaping hole where there was no reviews. And all these reviews came out before the credit card was launched. So how do people write a review about a service or a product that hasn't been launched yet and people hadn't got their hands on? That's how ridiculous it is. So that's a bit of a laugh. So don't trust anything from Trustpilot. Go and read my article on the New York Times if you want to find out more about legitimate reporting. This is what I call Dr. Snuffleupagus. He, I believe, is involved with human trafficking. I've received in the last month cease and desist letters from his company claiming that if I don't retract one of my videos, he will go after me with hammer and tong. So I said, please go after me with hammer and tong because this guy is absolutely disgusting and he needs to be stopped as well. Now, he's about to release a new scheme called Future Metaverse, and he has got video footage of him being in Sri Lanka, walking around telling everyone that they're going to build real, there it is there, real videos. So have a look at that one there, but you can see it's hardly got no traction at all. 94 visitors, that's shocking, Danny. But if you want to know the whole history, you can actually see there my wee video with the Snuffleupagus, because there he is. What a laugh. But anyway, they've tried profusely to get that video removed of YouTube, but it's actually quite staggering. There's also a lot of content on my website. So I try to publish at least once a day a blog, and then if I get traction, I do a video about it. So I'm just going to show you some of that stuff right now. I think I've got myself at the right thing. So this is my website, theheck.com. On the Contact Us button, you will be able to provide us information about anything to do with a scam. Megan Lynch is something that we've been going after a wee while. A lady who claims that you can make $442,860 a month if you just join her and give her $25, and then you'll be part of her pyramid matrix schemes, which is guaranteed to make you all that money. But she's the one at the top of the pyramid. She's the only one that's going to get it. But unfortunately, to her demise, there's not enough people on the planet to make her dream come true. The first 3 blogs that you see on my webpage are all pinned at the top. How to report crypto crime and cryptocurrency scams globally. A lot of people approach me and they come to me and they go, oh, can you help me get my money back? And I say, have you reported this to your local authorities? And they go, oh, no. And I go, well, a lot of people who tell me their stories, like, oh, do you want to come on a podcast and talk to me about it, or a YouTube video? They go, oh, I don't want to, I want to remain anonymous. I'm too ashamed. So speak out. You need to squawk. You need to tell people your story. You need to reach out to me and say, hey, can I come on your YouTube channel? Can you interview me? Because I want to know more about it. And I also want to tell my story because your story will help others speak. Don't be ashamed of what happened. These guys are professionals and they know all about it. So I lost my YouTube channel for 4 days and a lot of scammers were taking the credit for doing so, but it was something I did that was silly, not bad. It was just I uploaded a thumbnail and I got reported for public nudity, would you believe? And YouTube looked at the thumbnail, realized it was wrong, and the AI system flagged it as wrong, and they reestablished my YouTube channel. But if you go into that YouTube blog and read about it, you might be surprised how hard it is for a YouTuber such as myself to keep his content live. And right now, as we talk, we are actually broadcasting on X, LinkedIn, Twitch, Kick, Rumble, and also YouTube. And when I publish a blog, I'm publishing my blogs on Substack, LinkedIn, Buy Me a Coffee, Medium, Blogger, and Patreon. And all this content is shared out in multiple places. Now, the reason I'm telling you that is because these articles that you see here, you can see the article I've written about Shavez Anwar driving the future of digital payments. Bullshit. Alpha Trade Option is a blog I did yesterday what am I trying to say? I did that yesterday. But somebody gave me a tip off about it, so I just did a blog, but I haven't done a video about it. Here, we did a whole video on Roy, what I call Con Archer, and I redid the thumbnail just last night. David Clarkson, a good friend of mine who's a stroke victim who can't talk anymore, so I'd interviewed him. Nilo Life. We have articles, so do check out my blogs. And also the buy me a cup of coffee thing would be quite interesting, not because I want you to buy me a cup of coffee, but you may be interested how you could actually benefit by setting up a buy me a cup of coffee account. And if you do set up a buy me a cup of coffee account, people can give you money quite easily without having to have payment gateways and the like. Double your money in 7 days. So I'm quite proud of a lot of the articles. Ironically, this is a funny article here that I did on Craig Watton. Now, Craig Watton is claiming that if you pay him 9%, he can help you recover your crypto. And there's a video here that he's been trying to block and get removed. And down here, I've uploaded my podcast about this video onto iTunes. Now, he's reported my podcast to my Spotify, and Spotify have put pressure on my podcasting host to remove the video because of defamation. So I've republished the same, what do we call it? Podcast onto iTunes. iTunes received a complaint by Craig saying defamation, but iTunes says, oh, we don't feel you've done anything defamation-wise, and let the article remain. But what I'm getting at here is these guys will try and stop me as much as they can. And I like to be fully transparent about what I'm doing.
While Derek Miller helped us in the past, our partnership ended due to...
If you go to this interview that I've done with Craig, for example, you can actually see the correspondence that I've had with YouTube about removing this content. And obviously they voted in my favor, which is quite amazing. And we are certainly pleased, that this here I'm going to pin to the top. But YouTube do stand up for YouTubers like me that are exposing these scammers. Sometimes you need to use clever AI to correspond with them, but we're certainly getting our head around what we can and can't do to keep our content online. And that's why we're doing these. So I have a massive footprint. Not only that, this video that you're watching right now is in the live section. So you won't see this video unless I chop it up and move it over to the video section, which I will do for this one, because I think it's really important that you really understand that Forbes India has let somebody advertise in their magazine, which gives them credibility. At the end of the day, it's just an advert and it's disgusting. But do check out the content on the YouTube channel. Make sure you do subscribe. I think I did make a box pop up a wee while ago, and I won't put you through that again. But I always say to anybody who does subscribe that I'm willing to clean your windows on your computer screen. And this is Sadie, the cleaning lady, and she does a fantastic job. And she normally hides under my desk and she pops up and cleans the screen wherever it needed to be. So just in summary, we've got multi-metaverse, we've got LquidPay in here, in the app, and they've got the App Store under a different name. So why is that name not LquidPay if they're in the App Store? And that's how ridiculous it is. Obviously, somebody at Apple Pay needs to be slapped around the head and say, what the hell were you thinking by letting that company in here? Now, this is LquidPay's Twitter account. Their Twitter account, they are following nobody. Now, when you see posted a company that's meant to be world-changing millions of people's lives and giving them the option to pay with credit card, then when you post content on here, how come nobody is liking this content? They've got one like. So I come down here, more content about the world's best Visa card. I like it. One like. 31 people have seen this post. It's got one comment. You go to the top here, they claim that they've got 8,412 followers, but they're following no one. They don't interact with anybody, but you go through every single post. that these people have made. No one, 17 people have looked at this one. 19 people have looked at this one. There is one comment. I'm curious. I want to see what that one comment is. And one comment is from themselves. They have posted a comment within their own content, commenting on their own shit. I mean, how ridiculous is that? So you come through here and you can just see, so this whole Twitter account is set up as an advertisement. There's no engagement and the followers aren't even interested in their own content. And this is just the normal go-to for a scam. We've got 2 love hearts on that one. I'll give you another one there, Shavez Anwar, and there we'll give them another one. So 35 people, 36 people have viewed this. 30 people have viewed this content. And this is meant to be groundbreaking credit card, life-changing stuff, all associated with rewards if you fool somebody into signing up and you get paid rewards if you do. Why move your crypto when you can just pay for it with your Liquid card? Your funds stay yours. No middleman, no waiting, except extraordinary fees for using the credit card maybe. No, they are going to rip your credit card. They're going to take your money when you deposit your USDT. This was another, I think this is a Russian Instagram account. Boomerang.trading comes to mind. I'm pretty sure that originally was the Russian version of Boomerang when Boomerang was defrauding people. So let's just have a look and see if that still works. And now that's probably morphed into something else where they can, so I'm pretty sure that was a Russian version of the Boomerang card, Boomerang fake arbitrage. No, it's a site selling that you can buy that domain name if you want. So here's an old Instagram account telling you that and it's got the modern name of LquidPay, but when you go to the boomerang.trading, it goes off to the domain name is selling. And there's pictures of Shavez and Binance. This is how misleading the people are. Put Binance's name on an icon and you think he's got some association with Binance. Well, we're more cleverer than that, aren't we? So it's just all bullshit, poos and wees, fraud everywhere. And I'm not insinuating for a minute that Shavez has got any control over the page that we're looking at. But what I'm getting at is they morph from one brand to another. Here they are, still got Boomerang in here. It's just ridiculous. So let's just go through these as we shut them. So here was another one, 153 followers, and this was LquidPay, and it's no post yet. So I don't know what the hell this one was all about, but that didn't get any traction either. Then we've got another one here called LquidPay.Visa. Well, that sounds legitimate, doesn't it? So Visa will have a field day with these guys, but imagine slapping the name Visa on your credit card and then claiming that you're associated with Visa when Visa has already acknowledged they don't know who Shavez Anwar is. Isn't that just ridiculous? Oh, it just goes on. So that was liquidpaycard.com. That was what we were looking at there. And there's no association with anyone except that, funny enough, down the bottom here, they actually do have the website address liquid.finance. So I don't know how they actually have merged all that into something crazy, but I'm assuming that when you click get it now, it's going to take you after a fraudulent form to fill out, which will get your details. And we saw that before. It actually went through to a Google Doc. So the other thing I did want to show, I'm going to shut down all these windows because I don't want to be here all day long. I think I've done a pretty good job exposing Shavez and what he does. But this is liquidpay.com, which is actually me. Don't worry. As Susie just said in the chat room, and I'll put it on the top of the screen there, don't worry, Boomerang 2.0 is coming. Oh my goodness. Just look at this though. This is amazing. So LquidPay have started up a company called Dodo App. Dodo App was a company that was they called it Doodoo. And they call it Dodo, which is a bird. And this is a company that seems legitimate. I don't know who they are. And they're called doodoo.com. When we went to Dodo, which is D0.app, we found this website. And when you clicked on the About Us page and you went there, they actually had the phone number of this company, the 0100 number, and the email address of this company on the page. That when you come down to there, they had the wrong contact details on the page. They literally had copied the information from this company to create a bizarre of a company that claims they've got products. And this was something that you could buy if you were in BTCC. You could buy it with you could get a discount. And you can see here that what they're doing is you can buy yesterday's newspaper. And when they launched this was when crypto had a spike and everything was green. But you can see here that overall you can buy this yesterday's trading information that won't happen tomorrow, will never happen. And they're selling, these, what you can buy. So you can buy this package for, I don't know how this actually works. We never really looked into it much, but this is just clever technology coming up with graphics. Look how much red is in here. So these are all yesterday's trades that went wrong. And now they're telling you as Warren Buffett said, you can see who's been swimming naked when the tide goes out. It's exactly the same. When crypto's flying, you come back here and all this will be green. You'd be enticed to buy it because you think that these are good traffic results, but now they're still telling you should buy it even though it didn't work. And it's all yesterday's information. So this is just another crock service of dodo.com, but it's passing off another company. So that's one. Capital 3. So Capital 3, I don't even know much about Capital 3, but I assume it was a place where you could so this is one Capital 3, not connected with Chavez's, but there's a company out there called capital3.com. This is Chavez's website, and this is the website, and it's got a white paper and all tickly boo. And then you come to here, and there's another company that looks very similar called Capital 3, and it's even called Capital 3 Deo. So you've got one company that's no association, two companies that's no association, and then you've got a legitimate, then you've got not legitimate, then you've got Chavez's coming in here, and all he's doing is passing off other companies' brands. And you might think, well, that's just a bit of a coincidence. Oh, look at that. Hold on, let's refresh that. So then you go back to another company called BTCC Code. And this is where they claim they have their own blockchain, which they do on their own servers. And I'm not going to go into that too much, but what I want to show you is that if you go to the real company versus the abnormal company, so you've got, this is Bitcoin Code, and this is a company that's established. I don't know whether they're true and genuine. In fact, I have no idea, but this is theoretically a legitimate company, a legitimate brand out there that's building Bitcoin Code. And they're called the bitcoincode.iou. And then you come to this company, and this is Chavez's version of the same company, same names, doing the same sort of thing, and he's just passing off other people's names. Now, the really interesting thing is looking at the Explorer. So if you look at the Explorer and why that's loading, I'm going to go into Hcash. So this Explorer window is actually happening right now. Now, there was a company called Hcash quite a few years ago that was all involved in Hyperverse. You know, the scam that stole $1.9 billion? Well, no one knows who's behind it, but this software that you're looking at is the Explorer window of BTCC. It's purple, isn't it? And there's a green version of it, which is exactly the same software, obviously, and it's running the same way, but this was associated with Hyperverse. So isn't it a coincidence that these two windows, the only difference is the color scheme, and we've got exactly the same layout, and exactly the same everything from a known scam company, and one that's claiming it has no association with Hyperverse. I mean, come on, wake up. And then you go to the COD 20, and in here, this is where they entice you, and they're telling you that their token, BTCC, is worth $156. Now, they started at $3 each. And to mine these tokens, you need to buy a miner. And if you're stupid enough, you buy yourself a node worth $27,000. And then you plug it in. But if you had a look at these nodes, you can actually see their own website. And this will be hard for people to comprehend because some people have got a high IQ and they have a better IQ than me. But it tells you that there's only one node attached to this blockchain. they have sold what they claim they've sold 300 nodes. They claim they've sold these 300 nodes for 27,000. And there's a guy out there who comes to mind who's bought 10 of them. Eunice, he's bought 10 of them, and he's hoping like hell he hasn't wasted $270,000. But their own system tells you there's only one node attached, and they've sold 299 of them. So this is a real smoke and mirror company, and it's just ridiculous. And it's not even the proper company. The proper company is this company. So that's 3. So we've got Dodo, fraud. Capital 3, fraud. And then let's go back to 9Pay. So 9Pay, as we showed you earlier on in this video, this was the only capture we got of it, was Shavez. He had to rebrand it, obviously, because Bloomberg said he's got no association with Visa. So there's a lot of broken images in here, but you'll get the idea. And then you go along to the real company, which is in Vietnam. Now, Shavez just happened to be in Vietnam when he rebranded himself. I'm just wondering whether the Vietnamese company that owns 9Pay, the real 9Pay, actually tapped him on the shoulder and said, what are you doing using our brand? How many brands and how many copycats and passing off people's names do we need before we realize that Shavez is just a scammer? And look, here's the pitch deck that you can go through and you can learn all about how 9Pay. Now, if you're from Apple and you know how to get somebody's app off the App Store, this is the pitch deck that they're doing in Zoom meetings, telling people that they should sign up for 9Pay. It's all on LquidPay.com, and you can download this. So you're telling me that you've got an app in the App Store called LquidPay, and it's global, and you want it there, and it's not doing multi-level marketing. Well, have a look at their own pitch deck and tell me that this company isn't running a multi-level marketing crypto card. The features of this card and the roadmap, which is just a sales pitch, deposit and withdrawals, breaking fiat services, available on OS and Android. Yes, it is. And is that it? Oh, and then we've got the best one yet. Why the rebranding? Well, ask Bloomberg better for that. Now, in here, I don't know if we missed it, but they do have another slide, which may not be even in this one, where they tell people that if you sign somebody up for the credit card, maybe it's here. Yeah, so if you get cashbacks and up to 3% cashback on your spending. So they're telling people that if you sign somebody up and they buy what we call a liquid platinum for $1,000, you can do a $100,000 transaction. Good luck with that. And the person that signs somebody up for that card, they're going to give them $100. So you get 10% if you get rewarded. You get rewarded by signing friends and family up for this card. And that is multi-level marketing. Now, there's other videos out there that have been put on my YouTube channel, and you can certainly see the fraudulent activity of this company. And if you want to go back, right back to Hyperverse and Hyperfund, which is where I've done my apprenticeship, you can see that this company is absolutely legit. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the show. Susie's just ducked off. I'm going to duck off. That was another exclusive video featuring Shavez Anwar, who owes me $10,000, claiming that I'd never be able to find his last name. Whether he's not really Shavez Anwar and he's Shavez Mr. Snuffleupagus, I will never know. But thank you for watching my video. Please do like and subscribe. Make sure that you provide a comment after the video goes live. And if you've got any questions or if you have been scammed, please do go to deheck.com and let me know. I'm Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I'm here to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. And I'll see you in the next video.